he survived because he found a cure. And this news shocked me a lot, and it made me realize that the deadly disease HIV is not actually deadly. It also has a cure, and it also tells us HIV is not far away from us. So today I want to share the cure that helps to save us. And going through our speech, I have three parts. And the first, we should know that whether we are infected HIV. And the second is, what should we do after we get infected? And the third is the magic cure, PEP. And for PEP, I have 5 aspects to show you. And the first is, what is PEP and how does it work, how to take it, and the drugs taking tips and how to get it. And now, let's first focus on the basic knowledge, whether we are infected HIV. And now I have to break some myths because HIV is not transmitted through this way, such as many people think insect bites may make us get infected, but it's not true. And just like a mosquito, he was bites and HIV infectors, and he fly and come to your body and give you a bite. But this kind of blood transmissions doesn't mean anything. It won't make you get infected. And the second is that if you have this kind of behavior with the stranger or the person that you met in a short time, you don't need to worry that whether he was an HIV infected or not. This kind of behaviors won't make you get infected. And then what kind of behaviors that we may get infected? And it's well known that sexual behaviors that can transmit HIV. And the first is vaginal sex, and the second anal sex, and the third oral sex. And all these kind of sexual behaviors make us get infected if we do these behaviors without a condom. And there are other ways that can make us get infected, is that home tattooing and the body piercing. And if you do these things in some place that is unsafe and unprofessional, then the machine that didn't clean after the person finished it, you may get infected. So pay attention. If you have done this without a condom or do this in some unsafe places, you may have to get infected. And what should we do if we get infected? So if you have done these things, what I mentioned before, you have no choice. You have to take medicine. And if you face a situation that just like the next citizen said, he was raped by an infector, that first you have to come to check whether you have get it. You have to check whether the person was carried HIV, and this is the way to show how to get HIV fast. And then you have to take the medicine in 72 hours. And if you are in the internal, just follow the steps. And if you are in external, you have to ask the police and the embassy for help. And then let's come to the magic cure, PEP. And what is PEP? PEP is the post-exposure prophylaxis, and is the medicine that you should take emergency after you get infected. Because this kind of medicine could stop the HIV infection. And PEP is a combination of 2 or 3 kinds of medicine, such like this and this. And how does it work? We know that HIV will attack our T cell in our body, and T cell is for our immunity systems. So the PEP is its action principle is to protect T cell and to destroy the HIV virus. So it's a time battle between the HIV and T cell. So we should take the medicine after being infected 1 to 2 hours, and no more than 72 hours. If you take the medicine after this period of time, the medicine won't work anymore. And if you take this medicine, you have to take it through a long time, and it's about 28 days to 30 days. So during this period, such a long period of time, you may have a fierce side effect, such as nausea, alopecia, drowsiness, and weight loss. And these side effect will accompany with you through all the time when you are taking the medicine. So you should be prescribed with just, it is mean, don't give up. If you give up, just like the doctor, in fact, HIV doctor said, the rate of you, just one person survive and one person dies. So don't take our life to a risk. And there is a shortage for PEP is that this kind of medicine is too expensive. And according to the internet, the price of this kind of medicine is 13,470 Hong Kong dollars. So we had better save our money and don't do this. And so after taking the medicine, we have to take the regular HIV check. And from the day on, we are getting infected. And at the 4-week, 8-week, 12-week, and 6 months, we have to do the check. And it is to for ourselves that to check whether we are getting infected or not, and whether the medicine work or not. And finally, you may ask, how can I get this medicine? And there are 2 ways. The first way is you can go to the local major infectious disease hospitals and the foreign hospitals. But I checked in Macau, there is no this kind of cure. So you can go to the second step, it's just to book it online. And there is an email address I found it online that you can use this email to ask him to offer the medicines for you. And you can copy this address if you need it. And that's all I want to share with you. And I think this knowledge is enough to teach you how to save your life after you get infected. And let's look back. Now, first, we have know that whether we're infected or not. And the second is we should know that if we are getting infected, what we should do first. And the third is the most important, and it's for the cure PEP. But I hopefully all the guys here won't use the knowledge I talked today forever. And the most I want to say you at last is the most effective way to protect ourselves from HIV is that do the sexual behaviors with a condom and keep our nose clean. Thank you. That's all.